Welcome back. Do remember, all our top stories can be found on our website, and that's channelstv.com, and on youtube.com/channelsweb. Please visit m.channelstv.com to see us live on your mobile device. You can also download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS, and Windows phones from their respective stores. We'd also like to encourage you to use the Eyewitness feature in the Channels TV app. If you have pictures or videos you'd like to share with us, just tap the application on your device, swipe to reveal the Eyewitness menu, and follow the instructions. Let's bring you a couple of crime stories now. A first-class traditional ruler in Plateau State and chairman Boko's Traditional Council, Chief Lazarus Agai, has been killed by yet-to-be-identified gunmen. The monarch was attacked in his village Shah on his way from the farm in the company of his son, orderly and driver, all of whom died in the attack. According to the Plateau State Police Commissioner, Olakunle Oladunjoye, the gunman shot at the vehicle conveying the monarch, killing him instantly, after which his driver lost control of the car, leading to the death of the remaining 3 persons. The state police boss told Channels Television on the phone that 4 other people were injured in the incident and are receiving treatment at a hospital. Meanwhile, 5 persons suspected to have killed the late Olalekan Ogunranti, managing director of Today's Prince, have been arrested by the police. The suspects are Ashimiu Agbola, Adeshino Maidan, Ramoni Afolabi, Akim Akorede, and Coker Daniel. The late Ogunranti was kidnapped by gunmen in Osun State on May the 16th, 2016. He was said to have, that is, Coker, one of the suspects, was said to have led the police to Ibukun River in Ibukun local government area of Osun State, where the mutilated body of the late Mr. Ogunranti was recovered. The other suspects were arrested in Lagos and Ondo states. Because of the slow pace of the investigation into the matter, the Acting Inspector General of Police, Mr. Ibrahim Idris, on assumption of office, ordered the arrest of the culprits in record time. According to the police, all the suspects confessed they kidnapped, killed, and mutilated the body of the late Mr. Ogunranti after duping him of a large sum of money. Now, also concerning security, but on a national scale, and what the Air Force is doing about it, the Nigerian Air Force is set to boost its strength with the recruitment of over 2,000 personnel as part of efforts to beef up its troops deployed from operations in various parts of the country. According to the Chief of Standards and Evaluation of the Nigerian Air Force, Air Vice Marshal Salau Balariba, the plan is to recruit the intelligent and physically fit persons into the Air Force. The Air Vice Marshal, who was addressing the recruitment board in Kaduna, reaffirmed the commitment of the Air Force to play its constitutional role of defending the territorial integrity of the country.
Hundreds of Nigerian youths seeking to make a career in the Air Force converge at the old site of the Nigeria Defense Academy in Kaduna. One after the other, the candidates appear before the recruitment board for screening. That done, the Chief of Standards and Evaluation comments on the selection process as he advises members of the board to be thorough in the process.
With what I have seen so far, I think the board is doing a good job.
With the expected increase in the number of recruits, the commandant of the Ground Training Center enumerates the facilities available for the training of the recruits.
There is an expansion of one of our training facilities, which we call the parade ground. That is where the recruits do their drill and all other training activities.
2 recruits who presented themselves for screening with fake credentials were later paraded by the president of the recruitment board.
My O-level certificate, which I have, which is actually rightfully my own certificate. I've passed the age, but due to the situation of things, of how things are, so I need to come along with a result that at least will tally together with my O-level certificate to balance my age.
President of the board and the commander of the NAF 345 hospital outlines the criteria for selection.
We know that a lot of them came here because it's more like this is a job opportunity, not for the interests of the Air Force. Our major goal is to look at people that we can use.
We expect them to be honest, to fill in these forms. There are particular questions we used to ask, whether they are epileptic, whether they are hypertensive, even family history.
The annual recruitment exercise of the Nigeria Air Force is expected to provide career opportunities for 2,500 recruits out of the over 20,000 that applied for enlistment.
Domestic airlines in Nigeria are reducing their schedules as aviation fuel scarcity hits the industry again. It will be recalled that the industry had to contend with the problem many times this year. Passengers have been spending long hours over flight delays and cancellations, as an airline official says only one marketer was supplying the product. In a phone interview with the Director of Operations at Arik Airlines, Mr. Ado Senusi, he says the situation might improve before the weekend if supplies come in.
We have been going in and out of the day one scarcity since the beginning of the year. Whenever the scarcity is very severe, it affects our flights, cancellation and very long delays. We started again with the delays, with the delay of marketers giving us the product, and that before scarcity now was very severe towards the weekend, which actually there was no product. Only one marketer was providing the product for the entire country. Now that actually caused a lot of delays for a lot of airlines, hours, which we very much affected because we do a lot of flights. We do up to 120 flights and we consume close to 500,000 liters per day. So that will affect most of our flights. So there were severe delays and in some cases outright cancellation of flights. The situation still persists. We are still having a lot of delays because of the scarcity of the 12, the A1. And we are told by the marketers that the situation might improve towards the weekend. I'm sure the marketers and the federal government is doing everything to make sure that it eases this hardship that the airlines are going through. So we have scaled down our flights to ensure that we cancel the flights that we cannot do, and then we scale down the operations to cater for the quantity that is given to us. But you have to understand that the passengers have bought their tickets in some cases 2 weeks, in other cases 3 weeks before this scarcity started. So it's very difficult to say that we should cancel a flight where it was booked 3 months or a month in advance. So we have to try and manage the situation by getting as much as we can from the marketer and then doing as much flights as we can. But we have scaled down operations so as we cannot delay the flights beyond reasonable time. Well, I mean, as I told you in the beginning that we take up to 500,000 liters of Jet A1, so it will affect us more. If another carrier takes maybe 100,000 liters, so he can source up to 60,000 liters, and that means that he has done more than half of his operation. Now, if I can source 100,000 liters, that means I've done only 1/6 of what I'm supposed to do.
You're watching news across Nigeria. Coming up, Ekiti State Governor Dr. Ayodele Fayose tackles deforestation with the planting of trees. Please stay with us.